Oh hi, hello, here we are. Carol the Barrel's going to be with us in the corner of the stream today. So, I've got, actually, let's do something. Can we add some text? I want to see if we can. I don't want it to look weird and to stand out too much, but I want peeps to know that we have a Carol command if they pop in the stream. Have we got a shadow that we can have? I hope we have, because we do, we have an outline. Is that big enough, or is it too big? I'm a fuss pot, so I'm not joking, I could potentially spend like half an hour just putting this in the right position, but that'll do, I think. Might make the text a touch smaller. Nah, actually, that'll do. The chat's covered a little bit, but, well, yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Oh, maybe not. It's a self-fussy on. That'll do. No more messing with the text. There we go. So, I celebrate Thanksgiving. Ooh, so is anyone gonna have any nice meals and foods? Yeah, I think we should celebrate in the UK too, but we don't. Too little oxygen last night, so I woke up with a headache, so my day so far is just being numb. Oh no, headaches are the worst. Hope it gets better. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Yeah, Juice and me don't then. But we'll celebrate it today on the stream. We'll have a Carol celebration. I say so. But also, what was the other thing I was gonna say? I was having a mess around with something last night. I now have a. Is this working? Is it on? Is it on? I don't think it is on. You might have known before we had an extension that said like our schedule, but I have now removed that and I'm using something else for our schedule now. I am using a Trello. Who has heard of that? Here it is. I was doing it last night. So if you click on that link, it'll take you to this page. Everyone will be able to see it. And I'm going to update it with the stuff we're going to be working on. It's a little bit chopped off at the edge there. So I've even put the character sheets up. And we got Juices. That's the one that I'm currently working on. And we've still got Fantasia Devas, Masked Emeralds and White Wots to do. And every time I see a new one in there, I'll add them to this list. And I'll do them in order of submission, I'd say. And then once they're done, I pop them in here. And actually, I really like how they look on here because it's in best quality. They look a lot better, the character sheets on here, than they do on Twitter. Because Twitter kind of makes the character sheets a little bit bad in quality compared to what they should look. Because Twitter is silly. And hi Nerful, how you doing? It's good to see you. Just lazy, don't always open the window and door to refresh the air. Oh no, I'm the same. I don't, because it's cold. That's why. But it's meant to be good for you, isn't it, to leave the window open. Started with Trello. This is really good. I swear that somebody once mentioned this website in stream and mentioned it's a good website for organisation. And at the time I wasn't sure, because I'm the sort of person that I forget about websites. Like I can easily forget about them and then nothing gets updated. But I was looking at this site and I actually think it's really nice. I like the UI of it, and I like that you can add labels to stuff, and it's very, very easy to just move something to like another box, and it's like really, really pretty and tidy, and everybody can see it. So I think it's really good. I think it's better than the Twitch extension we was using before, because you couldn't really put more than 4 tasks at a time on that. And I like that we can have a history of everything we've worked on as well, because this is I've even put all the very first things we did, because I want people to know what we've previously worked on. And because everything started with Lakefall. We were discussing like world building ideas for that, and then we moved on to Everbloom Forest mapping. We voted on what the enemies should be. We did some UI for mini maps and quest icons, and then we did dialogue for the first quest. And it's only recently we've really started working on the skill stuff and the boss this week, which is what we've recently finished voting on that one, which is here. These cute, adorable little fruits were our first boss, a gang of them. Hey, your Trello page, how organised are you getting? Yeah, and Juice's name is on here too, your famous Juice now. So it's useful for you guys too, because especially those of you that have got character sheets that you're wondering when they'll be done, you'll get to see where you are, if like yours is in progress, and where you are on the list as well. Because we do have quite a few to get done at the moment, so it's good. You can keep an eye on it any time. Like I believe you guys will be able to see it as it gets updated. So even if I'm off stream, I'll still update this, and you'll get to see it. Leveled up and gained 1+ to organisation, yay! The Twitch extension was also pretty small. I had trouble reading the text. Oh really? That's interesting then. But yeah, it was okay for what it was, I guess. It did its job. I wanted a way for people to know exactly what we was working on in stream, but it had limitations, and we can go all out here. Like in months to come, we'll have like a super long list of everything, and I'm probably gonna do it monthly, like at the December. I mean, this is our last stream in November now. This is my last stream of the week. I'll be back on Monday, and it will be December by then. So I figured we might as well just start with a December to-do list. And I've only got a couple of things here so far, because I don't want to make the list too big, but there is a few tasks that I want to like work on next month. The bulk of stuff will start in the new year though, like some of the more exciting things like side quests and discussing items and the crafting system, and some NPC character development for Lakefall NPCs. We'll start some of that in January, I think, whereas I'd say for the rest of the year we'll mainly like finalise the battle mechanics for the enemies and the boss, make that boss battle really cool, and also just work on the cutscene of the latest quest, because we've had an update to the main story recently. As if you've been in streams this week, we've done the next part of the story, so that will have to be worked on, the dialogue and the cutscenes for that. And yeah, so it's a lot of fun. I'm having a blast, everybody, and I'm glad that you seem to like it, chat. If this is the last November stream, why not have it be a 96-hour stream? Oh my gosh, Sexy wants me to be exhausted. I must say, I would love to do like a long stream one day, but I'm not living on my own, and living conditions make it a bit hard to do long streams at the moment. But when I live on my own, I'll probably do them quite regularly. That would be so cool. But yeah, so it's easy enough to see it, guys, if you want to check it out. I've got it on a timer as well, so it'll pop up now and again. That's what the link is. So yeah, I'm happy with this, and I'm going to use it quite regularly. And I've labelled everything. I love the labels. I think I've used them all up. Let's have a look. So I've got them, these are our labels that we've got, and I've also got well, I don't think there's a limit on the labels actually, but I think I've used up all the colours anyway. I've also got week 1, 2 and 3 as well, so when we start organising it by month, say if this is what we work on in the first week of December, I'll just like label it like that, because otherwise once we make this list a bit bigger and there's other stuff below here, people in stream might see that and think that we're working on it now, but it could be like something for much later in the month. So at least you'll have an idea of what we'll do week by week then. But for now, I'm not going to put that because it's still a bit open on what we'll actually be doing next week. We'll wait and see. Been considering Trello myself. Hi Master Emerald, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Look, your name's on here too. So, because I've noticed Master Emerald submitted a character sheet as well recently, so I added her to the list. I'm excited to do more. So if you're curious, if you're wondering about your character sheet, this is the best place to go, because you'll see if you're next. Basically, I'll work from top to bottom, so once Juices is done, I'll start working on Fantasias. And I mostly am going to do them in order of submission. What's actually submitted his a while ago, but he needs to send me some stuff, so that one's on hold for now. But as soon as he does, I'll be working on his. But yeah, even if you want to read the character sheets, you can see them here. I mean, I've wondered how to order them. I did consider should I order them alphabetically, but I've actually ordered them the same way they are in the Discord, which is basically in submission order. Like, but not really, because the playable characters are first, then the major NPCs, villains, then the allies that are NPCs, and then the minor ones. So it's the exact same order that's here basically, but I'm not sure whether that'll be our order or like long term. As we get more character sheets, we might want a more organised way of ordering these, but it'll do for now while we've got the ones we have. I might end up thinking of more for my character over time, Naomi. And yeah, you're totally welcome to do that. I mean, we've already got 2 community members, Akira and Azriel, who have written like large Google Docs about more of their character's backstory. And that's fine to do as well if you want to write a doc and pop it in the Discord about your character. That's totally fine, because it's always useful to know more. Because every single character will get their own quest line, whether that's just a couple of quests in the quest line or a few. They'll all be optional, because Raindrop Chronicles will be full of quests, but a lot of them will be optional, purely because nobody wants to be forced to do content to get through the game, but the rewards will be super cool, and you could get like a special item from doing these special quests. But the only quest that will probably be forced upon the player is the main quest, of course. But there'll be like side quests, character quests, and all sorts. But yeah, I super recommend it. It's better than I thought it would be, you know. It was just an out of the blue thought to start using it. I was like thinking, I think I need something that tells people what we're working on more clearly, and this was the one I remembered got recommended, so here we are. But also there was something else I wanted to check. Oh yeah, I was going to look and see who was closer for the 500 raindrops on the bot. Because I know Master Emerald has got the 500 raindrops now, I believe, so I'll have to give her the legendary raindrop roll in the Discord. So one sec, let's just see who is coming up to 500. I like to check this at least once a week. Storm Eagles recently got that, so that's awesome. Val has as well, and Master Emerald. So I believe it's just you three, because Binary, White One, Dave have had it for a while. So yeah, Storm, Val and Master Emerald. And who's coming up? Interesting. So there's not anybody who's a regular who is like super close yet. So you guys might be our last ones for a while, but we'll see, because people can get those raindrops pretty fast. Elite got 500 in a mere 3 weeks, so it's not as hard as it sounds to get those raindrops. So Master Emerald. Legendary Raindrop, huzzah! So basically that means you'll be blue in the Discord. Subs are always pink, but if you're not a sub, you'll go straight to the blue colour rather than the default Discord colour, so you'll always have a special colour. Storm. And who is the other one? Val, I think. Val was the other one. Oh, why isn't it all working? Hey, it's crashed. I'm going to have to do it the long way. Ooh, you're doing your sexy. You haven't been here for super long, and that's not too bad to be close to 100. GG. Oh, it's worked. So Val's got the legendary Raindrop, and Storm should have it as well. And Master Emerald should have it too. Yep, all working, and everybody should have it. I don't think there's anybody who's got over the 500 raindrops that hasn't got it, because I do regularly make sure with the bot who's got there, because I'm cool. Hi Ash, welcome to the stream. How you doing? It's good to meet you. Happy holidays if you're celebrating. Toilet paper roll. Oh my goodness. Let's add. Right, we're going to add that to the Carol the Barrel command then. I accidentally closed the notepad file actually, but it's easy enough to open. So you guys can't see my secret notepad file that I'm typing in at the moment, but I'm actually gonna alter that one slightly, but yeah. So basically, it's all linked to the Carol command. This is there a toilet? No, there's just a toilet. Okay. Cooking holiday meal, got some free time, so figured I'd see who Twitch recommends. Well, thank you for stopping by the stream, Ash. It's good to meet you. If you're curious what we get up to in this channel, we're working on a game together, so feel free to have a read of that. I'll also add the new Trello page we've got to our link tray as well. I think that will be handy. So anybody that's just popping in, I just announced that I've recently, well, last night, was putting together this so everyone can see what we're working on in the game, and this includes the character sheets too. So over time it's going to get quite busy. Kindled, how's it going? Happy holidays to you, Kindled, as well. What was I had in my bag with me from work? Oh really, Kung? Well, thank you for your item suggestion. It's now in Carol's barrel, so there's a chance that she might pull it out. She pulled out one of the Elite's kitties earlier. So that was very, very random. It's Rainy Roads Drop. What software do you use to make your games? RPG Maker MV is the software I use. For anything else, like just assets editing and that, Photoshop and graphic scale. Oh no, poor kitty. Very sick. Travel plans cancelled. Oh no, Kindle. That is That is dookie. I hope you get better soon. I've just realised actually, Kindled, your character isn't walking at the bottom for some reason. And I'm very curious why not. Let's just see if we can get her up, because she should be up. I've uploaded her into the stream avatars. There we go. Oh no, it says it's me. It's got my name of Kindled's character now. I think it's because I did it the wrong way around again. I think change is meant to go before the avatar. So let's sort that out. I keep forgetting the command. And Legmark, how's it doing? Oh, good luck. Tell us all about it, Legmark. I'm sure it'll go wonderfully. And they'll appreciate you for the person you are. So it's broke. I know that Kindled's character looks a bit like mine. We have similar hair, but we are not the same one. So yeah, I've gone back to who I am now. So I think what I have to do is do it this way. It should work. I remember this same thing happened with Kung's character when I was trying to get her in. I'm gonna have to check the stream avatars doc for a sec, because I've clearly got the command wrong. So let's get that up. Change avatar. Oh right, so that one is the one, but for some reason, let's have a peep at our stream avatars and figure out what the issue is right then, because that is a very odd one. Okay, so I'm gonna just disconnect everybody for a sec while we have a look, but all of Kindled's stuff is definitely uploaded. Your character's there, and you should be on the user editing list as well. Hey, what's that? I don't know what that means, but I don't think it's anything important. You should be here. Oh, okay, so you're not on this list then. Maybe that was the problem after all. I swear that you were. Right, so let's try again. Yeah, you're there now, and the correct name should pop up above your head. So, hooray! We got it fixed. There's still a few folks who have characters that probably need adding, but once they come in the stream, that's usually when I do it. But yeah, we did it. Hooray. Trying to keep me down. Yeah, I love that your character's very Japanese inspired. It's interesting. It'd be cool to have a bit of that in our game too. If it doesn't work out, send him my way. Yeah, tell us how it goes, like Mog. Best of luck. I like RPG Maker. They are cool, Ash. Yeah, I take it you've used it before then. Okay, chat then. So I've shown you what I wanted to show you, which was this. I wanted to make sure everyone knew about our new Trello page. And as you can see, I'm working on a couple of things at the moment. I'm doing these off stream. All it is literally just finalising the implementation of the skills and just making them pretty with animations and sounds, which I've mostly done for the enemy skills now, but we still got to do them for the warrior, hunter and vampire. Got to make their skills super fancy. And other than that, we've got to work on the Everbloom Forest boss, and I think next week's gonna be we'll put some time for that next week. And also just like really finalising what's going to happen in the next part of the story, because we were having a really long discussion yesterday about our process for writing the story, and I think it's super fun. And to be honest, this was the first thing I ever thought about when we did this game, like improvising like our little parts together. But there are some flaws with it. There's the risk that some submissions could go really off track and potentially, well, it's exactly what Melon said in the Discord, this here, not being a guideline and, yeah, things just going crazy. And that's always a risk with this kind of way of doing it. So what I'm thinking of doing is we're going to do what Zex's submission is, because I actually really like it and think it's pretty creative, and I think we should have Zexy as our winner this time, because I'm closing the submissions now. But from now on, after this point, for the other chapters, we'll probably go about things a different way when writing the story. I'm not sure I'm going to write out paragraphs. We might like literally just do a series of polls to make decisions instead. Very similar to how we have with this, like where people vote with reactions for little different things that happen and occur. Because I feel like these kind of polls work really well. Everybody seems excited to contribute, and it's not too time consuming either, because it is a very big commitment to submit a part of the story, and some people might, it's a big deal. So I think something like this is a bit less daunting if we like continue this kind of thing for the story. And if people have ideas themselves, I'm totally up for people suggesting ideas in chat, and I would credit them on the vote, like I'd say, suggested by, with username Meth, and make the list and put click so and so to vote for that. And I'd probably do it a bit similar to that anyway. We also have Twitch polls now. Some of you might know it was a recent feature that was added, and we've made use of them sometimes too. But the only issue with Twitch polls is that there's only a max length of time to vote, which is 3 minutes, which isn't long at all for people to get a vote in my opinion. So we're only going to use Twitch polls for really, really fast decisions that we want to make. But for anything important like this, or anything to do with the story or world building, like really important stuff, we'll have like at least a 24-hour long poll, probably in this channel here. So just exactly how we did it when we voted the boss. We need all the juice details though. Yeah, we do. We gossips. Well, we're not gossips because we don't kiss and tell, but we're intrigued with the gossip, should I say. Seems like continuity would get messed up. Yeah, for sure. And originally there was something exciting about that, because I kind of liked the wildness and how things could be random. But as time has gone on, I've started to get quite attached to this, and part of me wouldn't like it if it went too off track. Do you know what I mean? In the early days, when it was a lot more of a casual fun thing, the vision was slightly different back then, but it has become more of a I don't know about serious, because I am serious about it, but it's like definitely become a little bit more serious than it was at the start. So naturally you want the game to end up good and an enjoyable experience. Polls for little decisions is a great decision, especially since we could still recommend things to you, and then you have the power to... Yeah, exactly, Lexi, and that's how we could work it, because I remember that stream on, was it Monday or was it Tuesday this week, when I was writing up all this, and everybody was coming up with some really fun ideas. I remember Van mentioned something and somebody else mentioned something about, and I was thinking these are really cool, and unfortunately they didn't get added as submissions, which obviously I totally understand why not, because it can be, I think we agreed on it yesterday, it's quite daunting to write up a whole paragraph, but it's a lot easier to just suggest something quick in chat. So I think that's, if I could do that again, I would have done a normal poll, and I would have taken chat suggestions and put them all together as a vote each, and I'd have put in brackets who said them in chat, and then I'd have opened it up as a poll, and whatever won, it would have been the one we went with. So I think from this point on, that's how we'll probably do it, I'd say, for when we get to, when we write the story and we come to a part where it's like, so where should it go now, and we'll have a vote, and I feel like the series of polls could definitely work. Like for example, like even just this first line here, we've got a fruit has a go at the party for attempting to vandalise the the property, and we can like put a poll saying which fruit is it that that says it, and we could have a vote on which fruit it was, and even things like little dialogue lines, and just anything really, anything at all. But I really like this one. So you've won, Zexy, this time, even though we will do it differently for the next part. I'm glad to say that you've won this time for this. So we can, I know I probably have to change a bit of this text because I had it so Rose paints first before the battle, but so the sequence of events needs to change a bit on my side, but this is cool. So I mean, I had an idea for a poll as well, so I might pop one up today, and it was mentioned earlier in the week actually, this poll was, and I'm curious what it's gonna be. So this probably means now we'll probably get polls a bit more often, just because so rather than writing things in a big bulk, it'll turn into a series of poll decisions, and I think that's definitely more more people will get involved in that sort of thing, because all it involves is a click of a reaction button. And for example, these guys, look how many votes the rainbow got. Well, that isn't even all of them. It was actually 15 when the poll closed. So that worked really well. That was a success, and I feel like doing things in a similar way to exactly how that poll looks could work for sure. So so I'm gonna probably put up a poll at some point today. It's related to the fruits and all this part here. Oh, where are we? There's so many channels here. So this channel will probably be gone. I will take a screenshot and save Zex's submission so we can because we will make a cutscene of this as well some point before the Christmas break, so that'll be lots of fun, and there'll be no doubt we'll put polls up while we're making that cutscene, so we can make it as good and exciting as possible for sure. But I'm going to leave it here for now, and I'll print screen it later. But one I think what I wanted to do was I wanted to ask how you guys felt about adding a 5th member to the fruit gang, and this was actually something suggested by Elite. He suggested a lemon joining the gang, and don't say yes or no yet. You can do that in your poll answer, but we've got 4 of them at the moment, and a yellow lemon definitely could fit in with this crew, I feel, but some people might think 4's enough, so this is why I'd like to give an option on the poll to see if a 5th gang member of fruits would be something that people would like. because your submission as well, Zexy, hasn't really confirmed that there's not a 5th member, so it's very open for it being added. Nothing has been confirmed for sure. And I like that your submission's quite flexible too, because we know that the fruits are there, but it's not like tomato said this or tomato said that. There's still a lot of room to make decisions here with what is said and what happens in this cutscene. But we know the overall plot and what the goal of the fruits is, and I think that's pretty cool, and it's very suitable as well for what the Everbloom Forest is like. I mean, there was discussion in here about this moss that brings objects to life. That could potentially be the reason why Carol is sentient, as well as the fruits and some of the other monsters like Stumpy as well. So it all connects, and I do like that. It's fun. So I want to make this cutscene as fun and awesome as possible when we do get down to doing it. I don't care about winning, I'm just glad to find the stream early enough to contribute. I also tried to have my submission be somewhat bare bones so community could flesh it. Exactly, Zexy, that's why it's so good, because there's a lot of room to fill in a lot of details here, and we can do all that stuff on polls. We can use your submission as a sort of a base and like build up on it, and if any like interesting questions or thoughts spring to our minds as we work on this scene, we can be like, oh, let's just do a poll. Like, we can just do one out the blue if something interesting springs into our minds. I mean, even you guys could suggest polls. It doesn't have to just be me that is like, let's do this poll. If somebody says, actually, a poll with this question could be a good thing to do at this point, and then I will take that into account and think, yeah, or yeah, we could, or, you know. 5 does seem to be a good number for RPG games. A lot of things work at 3 or 5, yeah. And it works because Elite has actually, he briefly mentioned each of the fruits having a personality of their own. I've made a note of it somewhere. I've saved it in a notepad file anyway. But they've all each got their own personality, and he added lemon to the list as well. Lemon's the bitter old fogey, and the tomato, I think, was the angry emo. Apple was reluctant leader, blueberry was the sweet one, and plum, I can't remember what the plum one was. Plum's the forgettable one, bless him. But they all had their personality, so it'll be really fun to think of some really appropriate dialogues that fit with them as characters. It's going to be a very wacky scene, but we'll do a poll, and we can do it so it's very much similar to this one in terms of layout. So I'll probably put the picture of the fruits there again, simply so people can be reminded of them. And other than that, today I would, because it's a Carol the Barrel theme stream, I feel like it's appropriate to do some Carol related stuff today. And I considered doing the assets of her Barrel family today, because we also have a Carol flashback that's going to be happening. The Carol flashback will happen before the battle. Some point between the moment Rose joins the party and the battle, there'll be a cutscene halfway through the Everbloom Forest route, where Carol stops Rose and he's like, I know her, and then the hero's like, what, tell me more, and then the flashback happens, and there's an opportunity to see what these barrel friends of Carol look like in this flashback, so we can make some more barrels with faces, and that will be fun, because Carol the Barrel's an original asset I made, so I'm proud of her because of that. Well, she's sort of original. I did the barrel myself, but some of the faces were taken from parts of the generator because I wanted to keep the consistent style. So we'll probably do a similar thing with these barrels. Okay, so where are our barrels hiding? We've got an image of them somewhere and it's hiding. So what I'm going to do, because they're here anyway, I'll just open this and save it again. That'll probably be the easiest thing to do. But yeah, I mean, this is a very like small poll, really, asking if a 5th member should join the gang, but it's still something I'd like to ask because you know, I'm intrigued to know how desperate you guys are for that 5th member. Some people might not care, other people might think, hell yeah, give me that lemon. But yeah, so I don't think you guys shouldn't be able to send messages in this channel, no. So all you can do is vote, which is, yeah, that's fine. Silent, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Silent pulls a cookie out of Carol the Barrel. Ooh, we have some very, very interesting items on inside Carol. I'm curious if any of them will get pulled out today. And if anybody has a really good idea for an item, feel free to DM me with it so I can add it to the list if you don't want it spoiled in chat. I would totally do that if there's something really amusing that could be added. Oh man, there are so many wonderful characters now. Oh, thank you, Silent. We have a Trello page now, Silent. So if you want to keep updated on, or anybody else at all who's here, I'm talking to you all in general, we have this now. And I was talking about at the start the stream, so a lot of you might already know about this anyway, but it's one of those important things I want to make sure everyone knows about. And I'll probably put up a tweet later, actually, and a Discord news thingy about it so people know. But we've also got all the character sheets here too, and you can actually read them as well if you click on them, and they're in much better quality than Twitter and Imager, actually. They're a bit clearer, but yeah, so we got everything here, and I'll be updating it off stream too. So even on days that I'm not streaming, which is tomorrow and the whole weekend, I don't stream those days, I'll still potentially add things and do things on here. Okay, so we were putting up a poll, everybody, and this is a continuation from our fruit poll the other day about who are we going to have as the boss, which you voted for all of them, which I was happy about that one because I actually really love the idea of having all of them in battle. So how are we going to word this poll? This Trello page is fantastic for staying updated, thank you. So I felt like we needed something super organised like that. We had an extension, a Twitch extension that told people what we were working on, but this is way more expanded on and a lot prettier to look at as well. Working like mad to hit my music deadline of New Year's. And how is that going, Silent? Have you achieved your goal? And if you want to like post your music in our creative work channel, feel free to, Silent, because we recently added a creative work channel to our Discord and it's been quite a hit. People have been posting all sorts in there. I bought a video camcorder and I've been recording literally anything that moves to use as random visuals. That's awesome. I can't believe it's nearly the end of the year. Should we add a 5th member to the fruit gang? I want to say, because we know it's going to be a lemon, but how are we going to word that? Now, we don't need, yeah, we can just keep it like that. I think it's pretty obvious that that'll make it 5. So, yeah. Should we have a lemon to the fruit gang? Okay, so that should work. Now, all I need to do... Oh, no, hang on. I actually didn't need to do that. So, I just need to add the image on its own without the caption. It's actually better like that. And Discord is being a silly billy again and not submitting images. Let's refresh it. Thanks for permission, Rose. Maybe I will. Yeah, you totally should. Favourite programming language? None of them. I ain't a coder. I'm just a nerd who loves RPGs that is trying my best to put something together. An amateur, should I say. But I am very proud of myself because I did actually write my own code from scratch in JavaScript the other weekend. And it was probably what someone else would do in about 10 minutes. But it took me 3 hours, but I'm still proud. But welcome to the stream. Do you feel the fruit gang needed a 5th member and the options could be yes, a lemon, yes, a non-lemon, and no? Oh, that's actually an idea as well, Zexy. If people voted non-lemon, I'd be intrigued to know what the suggestions would be. But I honestly think lemon. I'm going to be biased here saying this and influencing people's opinions, but lemon just fits amazingly well. Like the colour, the yellow is totally missing, in my opinion. But who knows, maybe there's other fruits that could fit. I know that peach got mentioned, but I honestly think peach is basically what the tomato is. But who knows? I feel like it's good to keep it in a poll that is as open as that one. So we could go for that. None of them rose for Mayor 2020. Right, so should we add a 5th member to the fruit gang? And I think 5's the max. I don't think we need more than 5, do we, everybody? Because I know in RPG Maker you're allowed to have 8 in a battle. So we can, but it would feel a bit wild having 8 as a first boss. But they could be super weak, but... but who knows? Maybe people will be like, yeah, let's have 8. But I feel like 5, you know, it is enough, but maybe some might disagree. Tomato isn't a fruit, yeah, and that's why it's perfect, because tomato's the angry one. They've all got their own personality, these fruits, and tomato, we've decided, is the angry emo, and it totally makes sense why he's the emo, because he's not even a real fruit, and he feels angry that he's different. I think that was pretty much confirmed. Somebody mentioned that. Was it Zexy or Elite? Is it in the submission? I swear I read it somewhere and I can't remember where. I don't think it was in the submission actually. It might have been in a VOD I watched. But somebody mentioned that and I thought it was quite amusing. A weird shape, rock out Carol the Barrel. Carol, what have you got in there? Missed all the memes. A banana. Pretty sure it was Elite. Yeah. You both of you, Zex and Elite, have come up with all the creative things. So, and it's likely one of you too sometimes. But some of the rest of you have come up with some awesome things too. You're all amazing. Silent and Lost invented Carol the Barrel. Well, Silent and Lost was the reason why Carol the Barrel existed in the first place. It's a very long story, but if it wasn't for Silent, the thought would have never even crossed our minds. You could have them do the Power Ranger thing and combine them into an ultimate fight after you've killed them the first time. Oh my goodness, you'll have to send me a video of this, because I'm ashamed to admit that I never watched the Power Rangers. But send me, or just let me know if there's anything I need to, because that'll be cool. But it'll be so fun, guys, because we'll get to decide all these mechanics in the battle next week. And they're painters, so I think the obvious thing is that they each paint with their own colour. That kind of would work. But there's probably loads of creative ideas we could potentially go for, and we'd likely put up a poll for them as well. So if a bunch of you suggest some really cool creative things that these fruits could do in battle, or something really interesting, then I'll add it to the poll. Certain things though, like because of the submission that Zexy put in about the whole idea of painting these evil, ferocious monsters and things, that could link to the battle mechanics as well, because we actually have quite a bit of freedom with what they can actually paint. We can do any animation we want for the painting, so there's a lot of room for creativity with this boss. And there'll be either 4 or 5 of them too, so it's not just one, it's a group of them. So things could even work like a puzzle if we want them to, like kill a certain one first. Who knows what we can do. Like a weaker form of all of them at once, and then a full form of them. Oh, I want to see this, Tal. I want to look at this Power Ranger thing, because it sounds interesting. It sounds like, yeah, it does. It sounds, from what I vision it being, it sounds cool, but I want to confirm in my head that it's what I'm imagining. Everyone here are just super creative and amazing. Oh, thank you, Zexy. Yeah, we're pretty awesome, aren't we? And so are you, Zexy. You inspired me to put up that tweet, Zexy, because you were so kind the other day. You saw it. I bet you were shocked when you saw that I screenshotted something you said and put it for the world to see. Who didn't love Power Rangers back in the day? Me, I'm a noob. I didn't even watch it. I think it's because it got like marketed as a boys show, which is very, very silly, because I liked boys things when I was younger, so that shouldn't have stopped me. Like this. Oh, thank you, Tail. I'll copy and paste that link. We could actually watch it now, actually. We'll do that. Let's just get it up on another tab, because it's relevant to what we're talking about, so. They're animals. Oh no, are they the enemies? Damn, I was on the Team Creature side. Well, okay, so I was a bit confused by what was going on, but I assume that big thing was all of them. Am I right? Am I wrong? Correct me. I'm a bit of a weird, slow one with understanding things sometimes. Okay, yes, yay. So a hidden attack could be an ultra fruit basket attack. Is Fruit Basket that anime? I know there's an anime called Fruit Basket. I did start reading the manga, but then I stopped for some reason. But awesome. Thank you for that reference, Fox. They are the good guys. Good. Because anything that looks like an animal, I like. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's get this poll up. So I'll put the question up. And then what I'm going to do after that, I'm going to lay it out exactly like this. I'm going to add a bunch of reactions underneath and put what they mean under here. So what shall we have as our options? A lemon. We actually do have a lemon emote. What should we have for the non-lemon? Because it was suggested by Zexy to have lemon, non-lemon and non as our options, I believe. to scroll back in chat to remind myself. I can't find it. Yes, a lemon, yes, a non-lemon, or no. I could just put an eggplant for the non-lemon option. And for now, I guess a cross or something. I don't think there is one now. We'll think. Click lemon. If you have any suggestions for the poll wording, then feel free to say chat, because who knows, someone might have a better way of wording it, or better emote suggestion as well. Still need to... Why isn't there a cross? Could just have an angry one for now, or a poop. We could literally have whatever we want, as long as we label it properly and say what it means. But honestly, at the moment, it feels like angry. Oh, we got a cross. Hey, why didn't that come up when we searched cross? Cool. That seemed appropriate. Click lemon if you think a lemon should be the 5th member. Click if you think it should be another fruit. Give suggestion in where would they give the suggestion? I feel like because of this particular option, they'll need to at least say what fruit they think would be good, because otherwise we're not going to know what it should be. Click. What's the name of that emote? Just that. If you think maybe a basket to represent a fruit basket, all the non-lemon fruits. Oh yeah. Should we have that instead of eggplant then? I don't know why I picked eggplant. It was just the most, it was just the first fruit that wasn't a lemon that was there. Hey, we got a basket. That's perfect. Click X if you think 4 is enough. Yeah. If we can shorten it, that's always good, because we don't want to ramble on, do we? Nobody wants to read too much text. Click, is it called a basket? The only thing I'm thinking about is getting rid of give suggestion. But I'm wondering if that'll make, you know, screw things up. Say if that ends up winning and we're like, well, what then? What one instead of lemon? But I just don't know where to suggest that they give it. I suppose we can say general ideas discussion. Oh, yeah, maybe send them over to that channel in Discord to say. Because we generally keep ideas put in there. I hope that gets to the point enough. If anybody thinks anything needs changing, say now, because it's about to be submitted. You're already voting, I see everybody. Okay, so that should be what we need. Okay, well, I don't like how that first line goes like that, so I'll just put a full stop there. I think that's what I did before to keep it all. So want to keep it a bit more short and sweet, so there we go. So everybody, if you're already in the Discord, you can easily get to this poll in voting only polls. I'm sure you know that, but if you're not in there, I'll need to give the command in Discord. So that's simple enough. All I need to do is go on our commands. Poll, it should be called. Who should, yeah, so the question is, should we add a fifth member to the fruit gang? So I'll literally just have that as our question. So if I put poll now in the bot, it should take anybody to that chat. If anybody is lazy and doesn't want to find it, just click the link in there. And if you're not in the Discord, you'll have to join first as well to have a vote. So there we go, we're getting the votes in already. This is, see, I think these polls are a success. We seem to get votes for these, so this is why I'm inclined to do the main story this way from now on in general. And it'll obviously take a series of polls sometimes to get everything fleshed out in terms of story when we do things, but I think that's fun. The more polls, the more fun, I say. The more fun we have. And we can always put several polls in here at the same time if we need to. We don't just have to have one. And thank you for that follow, Corpse. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? It's good to meet you. If you're not in the Discord, why not go join the Discord? Yeah, it's a good place to be, guys. If you want to be in regular, you know, if you want to be a regular contributor at the game with anything, whether it's giving us ideas, talking about anything at all and voting on polls, then it's the place to be. And we're a lovely bunch of people too. If non-lemon wins, then you would have a follow-up vote with all the other fruit ideas. It's mostly there for people that like having 5 monsters but don't like lemon. That's perfect, Zexin. I'm glad you gave the suggestion, because I would have, if it wasn't for that, I'd have just literally have yes lemon or no for not a lemon. But this extra option just, it gives people a bit more choice. And they can give the suggestion in here. Just pop it in, and then If that one ends up winning, I'll just gather all the suggestions and then put them in another poll. Because I think we all have fun doing these polls, don't we? I think voting like in this kind of style is an exciting thing to do. So we'll definitely try and do it more often and turn the main story more into this sort of voting system rather than the really open-ended improvised paragraphs, because it'll keep things a bit more structured, I think. What do you guys think? And like I say, if we're ever in the Milladina store and the community think, oh, that's a cool poll to have, and they want to suggest a poll idea, then totally suggest a poll idea. It doesn't have to just be me that comes up with these poll ideas. Like Zexy just suggested one example for having a poll from this if the basket ends up winning. But at the moment, Lemon's winning. So we'll see how, over the course of the stream, what tops the votes. We'll see how the votes go. And have we got this poll on a timer? Yeah, we have. So it'll pop up in chat as well to let people know. Might be an idea to make a tag you can quickly search the general ideas discussion with, so you can find any suggestion easily. Oh right, a tag. I've never thought about that, but I didn't even know tags worked in Discord, actually, I'll admit that. So how should we do it then? I'm a noob with tags, so I didn't know they were a thing in here. So if anybody's got an idea for a tag, feel free to say. Let me know the method, and it sounds like a good idea, though. If we can click on it and get everything relevant to pop up. Sounds like an organised way of doing it. For sure. So, other than that, what is there anything else we need to do today? Yeah, we said we'll do some barrel assets. There's also some carol dialogue we could work on as well, but that can also be something we do next week too. But something nice and chill would be to do some really goofy or adorable barrel faces. See if we can get any good barrel faces, and it could be a good thing to consider whose Carol's companions are, because we've said that she's got a son, so we know that there's going to be a baby barrel among them. She's not going to have a partner though, and the reason why she's not going to have a partner is because she's a romance option in our game. And if she had a husband die or a wife or anything, then she wouldn't. That would mean she'd be cheating on them with us. So we're not going to encourage that. So she's not. She's going to be a single lady. Carol the Barrel is a single lady. She has a son. I assume he's not a baby. He can walk. Probably just a kid barrel. But maybe she's got a sibling. Maybe she's got a parent, a grandparent barrel. Maybe, we'll think of some good, cool relatives for Carol. This could even be something we do a poll for. We could even do a poll saying, click so-and-so if you think it should be a grandma. Because I think there's like emojis for grandma and things, isn't there? Yeah. Even if there isn't an emoji for something, we'll find some emoji, because there's an emoji for everything, really. Barry the Barrel, oh my goodness, Kung, that is genius. See, this is something we'll be doing in polls as well. Once we know who the barrels are, as in we know there's a granddad, we know there's a child, there's a sister, we can think of names for them, and that is a good one, Kung. That will be in the poll. And because you guys won't be able to submit your own if we do it this way, what I'll do is just credit you in brackets. So when we say what should the grandpa's name be, I'll put Barry the Barrel as an option, and I'll put suggested by Kung in brackets or something. So I will have to have a notepad file to keep record of all these suggestions, otherwise could very easily end up forgetting otherwise. Pulls of everybody's getting the rock out of the barrel today, I say. It's only during stream that this vote is up, then you don't need the search tag system. Yeah, so we'll see how the votes go, because sometimes I like to see, like, say at the end of stream, if Lemon's got 10 votes and the others have won, then it makes sense to just accept that as the poll, like, because nothing will catch up. But say at the end of stream it seems a bit like votes are quite close, then I'd be likely to keep it open. So it all depends how the poll's going, really. And thank you for that follow as well, Piot. Welcome to the stream. It's good to meet you. It's just a word tag you can control F. Oh, okay. So it doesn't. There's not actually a clickable tag system like Twitter or anything. It's just a way for searching. So, I guess a good tag name would be hashtag other fruit. Or if anyone's got a good hashtag to have, I'll suggest that people do that on that option. Oh, my friends. Oh, it's pronounced Peter. Awesome. How you doing? Welcome. It's good to meet you. If you want to find out more about our project, here it is. That'll tell you stuff. We also have recently got a Trello page, so that's got to be added to our link tree too. And I quite like this website. If anybody does projects, I recommend it. Barry the Barrel. I love it. The Moss idea. Percy really fond of it in stream hearing this channel. Rose has added to the idea well, indicating the moss originates from or it's entirely contained to Everbloom Forest. If it's the cause that the moss is adopted, I think it would be a solid idea to use the fruit as a narrative device to introduce the concept into the game through dialogue options, loot drops, etc. Since we're talking about polls, I was thinking we might take the moss idea to a poll, and if it wins we could start thinking about how to implement it with options like, yes, I like the moss idea, no, I'd rather have something else be responsible for Carol, I'm okay with the moss idea. Yeah, that's a good idea too. And if like anybody does have poll suggestions, but perhaps they'd rather suggest them in this channel like Zexian's just done, that's okay to do too, if you want to expand on it more, because sometimes it's difficult to write a super long comment in chat. So this is exactly what this channel's for the more detailed, in-depth ideas and thoughts that you're having. So and obviously if I get time I'll look at them on stream, which is like what I just have done. So, but sometimes, particularly if things are quite busy, I'll probably look at some of these ideas after stream. But see, this is just another poll idea, and I personally really like the moss idea and having it be unique to the Everbloom Forest, because I'm assuming Raindrop Chronicles will have a lot of different settings and themes. Some zones will be more gritty and modern day and maybe not very magical at all. Whereas Everbloom Forest has definitely got that sort of magical sort of feeling to it. So it seems like it fits really well to have something like that lore-wise going on here. And it just fits great because we happen to have living objects here. Carol the Barrel, the fruits. Whereas in other zones, it might not be like that. You might just get more realistic creatures there. Rose, you were supposed to read then stream hours later. I broke the rules, yeah. If that's the case, Sexy, if you'd rather me read it later and you don't want it to be read on stream, just feel free to just tell me that. It's too late now, obviously, because I've already read it. Lol. My mum's from Poland. Oh, awesome. One of my favourite games is is made by a Polish dev team, The Witcher 3. Nice to meet you too. Yeah, I hope you had a good day. Tell us a bit about yourself, what your favourite sort of games are if you'd like. It's always good to get to know the new peoples. WWA, oh cool, awesome. Do you like RPG games? Okay. Welcome, Corpse, to the Discord. It's good to have you here. Oh, Zexian's suggested. Don't look at Zexian's suggestion, everybody, because that means that you'll know what's inside Carol the barrel. So I've got to get Carol's file. There's so many items. So many items inside Carol. Oh no, I pulled a puppy out of Carol the barrel. Can't believe it. Okay, so let's have a little peek and see how things are going. Still, we got a couple of votes in. If you would like to have a vote, then feel free to vote. We're very intrigued to know if you'd be interested in this 5th member to the Fruit Gang. Because then we can 100% confirm then that we've got one or not. So it's we're unsure at the moment whether it's going to happen or not. And then once we know if we've got who we're going to have, I can make the asset for it there, him then, and then add them. And we've already discussed possibility of more polls. I'm very, very keen to do one for Carol's family members. Who people think Carol's family members should be, and I'm definitely not opposed to having more than one poll going on at a time. If we have to, if we were at a point in the game where we need a lot of ideas decided. I just want to see what emotes there are first before I know for sure if I'm gonna go for this poll. Is there a granddad? I don't know if there is a granddad. A grandma, but not a... Why is there a gran but not a granddad? Hey. Poor granddad. Oh, there is. There's a grandma, a granddad. Can you have that for sister? Even though they're not going to be human, we'll still use these emotes anyway. And we already know that there's going to be a child, so I'm trying to think of relatives now, or so there can be dad, granddad, grandma, mom, sister, brother, friend, uncle, just loads, but we don't know Carol's family. She's literally just said she's her barrel companions, and it'd be nice to really flesh them out and give them names and stuff, because we're going to have a flashback with them all in very soon, and we'll be working on that cutscene, so that'll be fun. You like singing and dance? Oh, I wish I could sing and dance. I can't do either. I'm an awkward one. Evil twin. Oh yeah. That's an interesting one. I mean, part of me thinks that maybe they should all be nice barrels, because, well, we don't know for sure. Maybe the possibility of one of the barrels being evil is like a character arc and something that Carol learns. But it seems like they're quite a beloved set of companions of hers. There's none of them that she dislikes. Because she's keen to find them. But I do like the idea of her being an evil barrel, though, I have to say. So it could be something that's in the story later on. But an evil twin, an evil version of Carol the Barrel, her having an actual copy of a doppelganger or something would be pretty cool. Poor Carol. But Carol's pretty feisty herself. I wouldn't say she's evil though, but she's got a heart of gold deep down. You need a disabled barrel with a bloke and plank and a hole in it. That's adorable. That should totally be the granddad, Barry the Barrel. Or, you know, maybe there'll be other names that we can all suggest from, but I do love Barry. And if we have a dad as well, he could be Barry. Who knows? We'll have to decide which names are best for her. But I'm gonna get this poll in as well, everybody, because it's a Carol the Barrel stream. So we really need to bring in some Carol stuff into the stream now, rather than talk about the fruits. We got to celebrate Carol, not the fruits today. Poor Carol. Poor Carol. She's not getting the attention and love she deserves. So, right. So, should we add Carol's asset to this poll just so we've got an image that people can look at in case they happen to not know who Carol is. I'm going to actually... What's the emoji for the poll? I never know what it is, you know, but it's in this Trello. I'll just copy and paste that. There. So what I want to do is just name it poll 1, because if we're doing more than one poll, it could get a bit messy otherwise if we're not labeling them properly. So poll 2, Carol the Barrel. So we'll put a picture of Carol up, I'd say, for this poll, because she's the star of this poll. And the poll question could be, who are Carol the Barrel's companion? Who should Carol the Barrel's barrel companions be? Is that a bit of a tongue twister? Because basically, I'm going to just remind people, just in case you don't know, or if you weren't here early in the week, but in this part of the story, we have confirmed that Carol has some friends, companions, including a son. So whether these companions are family members or friends, there could be a mixture of both. We don't even know how many. There could be just a couple of them, or there could be like a dozen barrels that she had as companions. This is what we have to flesh out now. We want to find out who these barrel companions are and how they are related to her, and we'll think of names afterwards. We'll just figure out who we're going to have first, and once we know who we're going to have, we'll think of names for them afterwards. But I love the idea of a disabled one with a hole in it. That's a very I think it would be a very loved character. And I like Kung's suggestion about an evil twin as well, but although they would probably not be involved in this particular part of the story, it could potentially be a storyline that comes in the future, because it sounds like it would be pretty wild, and I like that. Carol having a secret twin. Rose, she worked in a smuggling ring. She's been involved in human trafficking, hiding the hero inside her. Carol breaking all the laws. Carol's a rebel. She has been having illegal things stored inside her. But there's nothing bad in her that I've put in here in this commander, I'll promise you. There's toilet paper though. That was what Kung said should be in it. Hi Doc, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. Hope you're having an awesome day. A drunken barrel, like filled with rum. That's really awesome as well, Kung. Oh my goodness me. Keep the suggestions coming in, everybody, because this is what this poll's gonna be all about now. So we've had drunken barrel suggested. And it doesn't have to be a relative, you know, like I'm adding things like grandma, granddad, sister and that to the poll, but they could just literally be random barrels that are just friends of them all. They don't even have to have a relation. But maybe the drunken barrel could be the dad. Maybe we could combine things just to give them a bit more of a, flesh them out a bit more. So we've got drunken barrel, disabled barrel with a broken plank and a hole in it, and that was suggested by Fox. So I'm just writing all these in my notepad file, and feel free to vote for as many as you want, by the way, when this poll is up. There's no limit on who, you don't have to just vote for one. And as you can see, there's also a poll above this one as well. We've got one about the 5th member of the fruit gang, so feel free to vote on that one too. Currently, it looks like Lemon's winning, because we've been like kind of wondering about this for a few days now, whether we should add a lemon to our fruit gang. Moogle plushie, I'm the black mage now. Did you get a Moogle plushie out of the barrel? Where's it say that? I see toilet paper roll and I see a puppy. Hi, busy day, so much DIY, but I finally sit down. Yeah, I'm glad you get to sit down, Doc. You definitely deserve to relax. The odd one out of all of them, he's actually a box. Oh my gosh, a box character as well. A box. Thank you for your suggestions. We're probably gonna have quite a lot on this poll, aren't we? But Barkley, the broker age barrel, he does banking or something. Oh my goodness. So how would we describe him? Because Barkley would be his name, wouldn't it? Would we just call him a banker? I guess that's the easiest way to sum him up. Because what we'll do with name suggestions, we'll do them in a separate poll. Once we know who we're having for sure, we'll start doing the name suggestions after that. Just so we don't have too many things going on in one poll. Sometimes like separating like into 2 or 3 polls just to make things easier can work. Broken barrel could be sad because he can't hold liquids anymore, but you help him realise he can now be an apple barrel full of apples. Yeah, let's put sad there. A disabled barrel with a broken plant and a hole in it. I can put sad as well. I'll put Doc as well in brackets because you suggested he be sad. Right, okay, so we've currently got, I've also listed the names Barry and Barkley, the broke age barrel. I'll put a banker there as well, considering that got suggested. But I could put his name there because it adds more to him and more people might be likely to vote then, rather than if I just say he's just a banker. But I guess I was like thinking about names after. Decisions. And I hope I haven't missed anybody else's out, but I think I've put the main ones. Should I have an overexcited barrel and an overwhelmed one? Yeah, excited barrel. Things like emotions and that could like could be like added to characters we've already got. Like for example, the disabled barrel, we fleshed him out more and said he can be sad. So that's emotions can be literally added on to any of them, I suppose. The box could be the excited one, or you know, for all we know. But even things like that can be added to a poll. Things like the emotions of the barrel. Like we're going really in depth here, having all these polls. I think this is what will get us some good characters. So I'm noting everything down. I've put down any name suggestions given and emotional states down as well, because I think putting them in a second and third poll could be a good idea. But this particular poll will be what it looks like physically, probably. Like, is it a box? Is it drunk? Is it sad and disabled? Well, you know, it's and is it a grandma? Is it a dad? Let's get these reactions in, because we've got a lot of ideas here that we have to get down. Name is just put it there for alliteration. I do like it, Zaxi. I think it makes, with the name, it makes it sound more exciting than just calling it a banker, I guess. But I don't see why nobody would vote for it anyway without knowing the name. But we'll see. Let's get them in. Hi Rex, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good holiday day. Daryl the Barrel. Oh my god, this is so fun. Yeah, like, honestly, give names, because I'm writing them down anyway, even though we're not doing the name poll just yet. Whether that will be late today or next stream, I don't know. But still give me the names, because I'll add them. I'll look at my notepad file and add them. My goodness, True Baldy, thank you for the 3-month sub. Can we have some hype in chat, guys, for True Baldy? Rex pulls a Moogle plush out of Carol the Barrel. Oh, and look who's here as well. It's a Mog. A Mog with a beard, by the look of it. An invisible beard. Thank you, Dan Man, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. It's good to meet you. LOL, it sounds wrong, but the overexcited one would be, oh my god, fill me, put things in me, please. And yeah, Taylor, I know that has lewd connotations, but this is a PG-13 game, and I don't think something like that would be too bad to have as dialogue. But considering Carol the Barrel starts the game saying, I can't believe you were inside me, we've already had something like that, so I don't mind slight innuendos in the game, as long as they're not overly crass or extreme. We'll keep PG-13's kind of like what we're going with, I'd say. Thank you for all the hype, guys. I appreciate that. And I hope you're doing well, True Baldy. And did you have a nice holiday, True Baldy? I hope you had a really good time. Oh my goodness! You're spoiling me already, and you've just come back from your holiday. What's going on, True Baldy? Thank you for those 5 gifts. So, Screaming Cheese, Leo, Zexy, Podger, and Liquid666. I hope you enjoy those subs kindly gifted by True Baldy. And make sure you thank True Baldy for those. And this also means you get double raindrops now. You get to use the cube bat emotes, and you get double raindrops, which means you'll get to be a character even faster with double raindrops. 500 raindrops is what you need to be a character, so you get a double now. So that's a nice surprise. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. We appreciate you. And give all the hype and love to True Baldy, please, chat. It's very much deserved. So I'm just scrolling back in chat. Meryl Kung suggested, and Dan, thank you as well for that host. Welcome to the stream. It's good to meet you. Barkley, great name, as bark wood. Barrels are wood. Yeah, Barkley. Barkley, we've got that one. That was Zexy said that too. What a coincidence. Meryl. Awesome. And Max Lounge, and yay. PG-13 gets 1 F-bomb. Well, we're having fantasy swear words in this game, so any curse words we get to be super creative and make up our own, everybody. So if anybody has any really cool fantasy made up swears, put them in the general ideas discussion. And this could be really cool, because certain regions could use certain slang and curse words more, and maybe some of them are like worldwide that everybody says, but there's a lot. It's really an interesting thing. I'm a big fan of fictional curse words. What do you guys think of fictional curse words? I had a wonderful holiday. Yeah, I'm so glad. It's one where with a little younger go over their head, and older players will get a giggle. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's perfect, because when I was younger, like, all the cartoons I watched had innuendos in them, but you just don't know when you're a kid, do you, what they even mean. Thank you very much. Yay, Zexy, I hope you enjoy that sub. I'm getting a cold, but I'm really good besides that. Yay. I hope the cold goes away. Make sure you have lots of warm drinks, Kung. And Doc, you will get those raindrops. I believe in you. I'm poor, I would sub if I could. Well, I appreciate that you guys want to, even if you can't. That means a lot. Still a bit to go, but we'll get there. Yeah, you'll get there. True Baldy never gives us a rose sub to me. I know, right, Rex? Oh no, that sounds not that good, but as long as your mood is good, all is good. Woody. Oh, Woody the Barrel. That's a good one as well. I tried, believe me, but you are subbed forever on this channel. You need one normal name like Hank. Yeah, I'm adding all of these. I'm adding all these name suggestions. By the way, as you can see behind me, we do have a poll going at the moment. We're wondering if we should add a 5th member to our fruit gang. And if you don't know who the fruit gang are, they are actually our first boss of the game. And we've been wondering for a while now, a few days anyway, if we should add another one. And Lemon has been the most popular suggestion for this 5th member, so that's why we have Lemon as an option. And I've left it open to see if there's any other suggestions, and let us know if there is. And we will make a poll for that if the basket option wins. But Lemon looks to be winning at the moment. And now we're going to do a second poll. And this poll is all about Carol the Barrel, because we need to give some love to Carol, because it is Carol's stream today. And we need to take the attention off the fruits. I know we all love these little fruit guys, but we need to think about Carol today. So we've been talking about who her barrel companions can be, because one thing we know is that she has some barrel companions. We just found this out because we've wrote the next part of the story, and we don't know who they are. We only know there's a son, but we want to know who the others are. So that's what we're going to be deciding now and voting on. I'm getting a big list together of what these barrels could be, what their names could be, what sort of emotional states the barrels have. But for this poll for now, the first one is just going to be what the barrel is, what the barrels are like, and then we'll do names and emotions and personality and things like that afterwards, because we'll probably do a series of polls for this. Time to catch up with chat. Like the classic fantasy version of For F's Sake being Merlin's beard. That's a good one as well, Tail Fox. So yeah, please put any curse suggestions in ideas discussion, and add a hashtag if you want to as well. Just if you want to create your own hashtag and encourage people to use it just to make the searching easier, then feel free to do that. I think fictional curse words are flipping awesome. Yeah, they are. And it just like opens up the audience a bit, because sometimes because this is PG-13, sometimes it lets us have a bit more freedom. Like we can still have swears in our game this way, but our own made up ones which aren't offensive to people that might not, you know, if it will stop young people playing our game if we have too many real swear words, but fictional ones nobody gives a toss. So oh, snarf, yeah, I'd sub 2 if I could. I know you would, Rex. I just realised with this sub I should have enough raindrops in like 2 weeks. Yay! That's so cool. And guys, as soon as you fill in a form to be a character, I will add you to our new Trello pet list, because this is what I've got now. Some people have just come in the stream, so you might not know about this, but I was working on this last night. I've got character sheets that we've got to do. Ones that I'm currently working on, and all the finished ones here, and you can actually click on them and read them in full size if you'd like to do. So have a look. It's all available for the public to look at. The link is, I'm going to add it to our link tree. over the weekend at some point. And everything that we've done from the start, I've made a list of here, because I like looking back and thinking of everything we've done and everything we've got to do and everything that's in progress. I think this is a really organised way of doing things, and I like how we can label them too. So yay, anybody who does get the 500 raindrops and fills in a form, this will be the way to keep to see where you are on the list. So, because otherwise people will be curious and wonder when their character sheet will be done. Hi Dava, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. Dava, you recently filled in a form, so you're now on the list. So if you want to keep an eye on that, this is the place to go now to see if you're going to be moved to the in progress soon. And thank you for that, host. And GG on all the raindrops, guys. Yeah, always double check any fictional words just in case it doesn't mean something. Exactly, some things can. So it is always good to be careful for sure. Who drew Carol? It's awesome. Oh, she's awesome. So, well, Carol is a mixture of my drawing and assets taken from the generator. I think we used some RPG Maker default eyes for her. And lips maybe, but the barrel shot her itself I did, and the eyebrows, I can't remember where we got the eyebrows now, but we did find a reference image online. It was Rex actually that found that image for us, and we based that on we did our best to make it look as close to that as possible. But I do want to do some barrel assets really soon. Once we know who she's going to have as our companions, we'll be able to do that. Introduce some more barrels to the game. We'll get to see how they look. It'll be so cute. I'm really excited. How you all doing today? I'm doing good, Dava. I just made the list. You have indeed, Dava. You're the second one after Fantasia. So huzzah. Excited to make them, Dava. So yeah, got a poll. Looks like Lemon is really kicking butt with this at the moment, and I was very intrigued. This is why I put up the poll, because I wasn't sure whether you guys wanted another member, but it does seem to be quite a popular choice, so I'll be happy to add it if it does win. I love it. It's wacky. Yeah, our game is wacky. It's cool. It's going to have a lot of different themes in it, though, I'm sure, because it's a bit of a kitchen sink type of fantasy game. Pulls a piece of Stumpy's bark out of Carol the barrel. Oh, no. Carol, what are you doing with Stumpy's bark? Does this mean Stumpy's dead? I'm worried now. You all know who Stumpy is, don't you? Stumpy's he's a very loved little stumpy tree who we fight in the Everbloom Forest. Is an enemy. I'm hungry. I'm going to need to get a snack soon, but I want to get this poll up first before I get my snack. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to get some suggestions up. Hang on. So So I have a question. A drunken barrel. Could you imagine that being an uncle of? Because I'm trying to think of relatives now. I've got a list. I've got grandma, grandpa, sister, brother, father, mother. And I'm thinking, because you guys have said a drunken barrel that's filled with rum, which I really like that idea. It was suggested by Pung. And also a disabled barrel with a broken plank and hole in it. And I'm thinking, are these going to be just friends, or could they be relatives? Because we could make the drunken barrel an uncle, or we could be the dad, or we could just be a friend. And the disabled barrel could be the granddad. Could just be a random. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relative, but I'm wondering what would suit them. But part of me thinks maybe we should do the flashing out in another poll. Maybe we should keep this poll literally really simple in terms of relatives' names, and then bring in the details after, like what they physically look like and what their personality is and names. But then we just literally have this poll as what is the most popular relative types. Because we've got grandma, grandpa, sister, brother, father, mother, friend. That's a lot. Whether we're going to have that many barrels as the companions, I don't know, because we've also got Carol's child as well. But they won't get added to the poll because they're already automatically in the story. I'm hungry too, but I don't want to eat anything till food time. Stumpy just sheds, that's all. Yeah, as long as Stumpy's okay and it doesn't mean he's dead. And I'm good. Drinking until intoxicated sounds like father to me. Yeah. So this is a good thing to keep in mind, because the second poll we do, once we know which relatives we're going for, we'll probably flesh them out more then. And like say who should the father be, the drunk one. We'll match them up afterwards, because I think if we do add too much too soon, things could get a bit messy. So let's get some good emotes for these. So I'm going to add them now. Oh no, we'll add the poll title first. I forgot. So what should we have as the title? Who should Carol's barrel companions be? I think that's a simple enough title, right? I can always put in brackets see main story submissions. Or we don't need to. I mean, I only was going to put that so people could read and see what it exactly refers to, but it doesn't really matter, I guess, because it very briefly mentions them anyway. It doesn't really discuss much. All that really mentions is that particular line. Turns out Carol was separated from her barrel of companions, including her son. And I did mention earlier that this is the last time we'll be doing the story in this way. In the future, we won't be writing paragraphs and improvising like we have. I'm probably going to be using just a series of polls from now on to flesh out community ideas and allow the community to suggest things in chat and make notes, and then put in brackets who suggested it in the poll. So basically, like what we're doing now is how we'll consistently make decisions in the game. I'm a drunken uncle on weekends, are you? I guess you'll like the drunken barrel then. I think it's pretty much confirmed that we're going to definitely have a drunken barrel and a disabled barrel in it. But we just don't know if it's going to be who it's going to be. Like if it's going to be the father, the uncle, a friend yet, or a granddad. All that stuff we'll decide afterwards. We'll decide who's most suitable for each personality then. But I think that question will be fine. So who should Carol's barrel companions be? So that's the question. So all I need to add now are the reactions and what the reactions mean. So I'm going to go here because it's a lot easier to see all the emotes together, I'd say. So grandma, Carol's grandma basically. I'll definitely make it clear below what they each mean, because some people are like, well, what's that? So granddad, that'll be. Who could be the uncle? I think that's a good one. I don't know if that one should be the uncle. I kind of want the emojis to all look a bit different from each other. That one looks a bit similar to the granddad. So maybe that's the perfect uncle, isn't it? That guy with the moustache. Would a mother and father first, though, actually? My goodness, I'm spoilt for choice with all these emotes. Who'd make a good daddy out of these emotes? Barfing emote for the uncle, yeah. For consistency, I'll stick to all these types, but that's quite funny. I think that's definitely a good uncle. I mean, I could add out aunt to the poll, but I don't know. We could have aunt. I feel like we should just add every single relative type possible and just see what ends up top in the poll and what ends up the most popular. So definitely granddad and grandma, father and mother. There doesn't seem to be, like, these could be the father and mother, but they also look like grandma and granddad. They could be the friends. They could be the siblings. Because, oh my goodness, this shows what I'm like, fussing over emotes. Emojis. Beard man for dad. Yeah, let's have the beard man for the dad and one of the moustache one for the uncle. I just hope that they all look different. It's mainly the looking different I want to make sure of, because that one might look similar to the uncle one and people might vote for the wrong one accidentally if they look too similar. That could be the mom then. So, so we got grandma, granddad, mom, dad, uncle. Oh my goodness, we could go on forever with all these. But I think the more choice, the better. Because we will probably definitely have a few barrels. We're not going to just have one or two companions. I definitely want a group. But I want to see who tops the poll, like who's the most popular out of all the relative options. Because some people might prefer a granddad to a grandma, you know what I mean? Some might like both. So aunt and uncle could be... Yeah, I'm tempted to use... probably different hair colours actually for the aunt and uncle, because otherwise they'll look too similar. So we'll use the red-headed ones for the aunt and uncle. My goodness, I'm forgetting where all the emotes are. So that can be the uncle. That can be the aunt. We're also, so what else have we missed? We can have brother and sister. That's a possibility. So brother and sister, we could go for these. Now they look too similar actually. Who can brother and sister be then? Why are they all blonde? Can we change their hair colour, guys? I swear you can. I've seen like emotes with different hair colours before. Because if we make them dark haired, then they'll stand apart more. I swear you can, can't you? I'm like very sure you can change colours of emotes, because I've done it before. I've definitely done it on Twitter anyway. Do I have to grow a moustache now? Yeah, one of the barrels has to totally have a moustache. For sure. Whoever that's going to be, I don't know, but we'll see. Over emotional granddad. See, this is good too. Kung, I'm going to make a note of all these personality types, because the next poll that comes up shortly after we've decided who we're having, we'll probably do emotions. and or probably about whether they're drunk and what their personalities are like, and then we'll do names for the third poll. So I just need to know how to change. I don't think we can then. We must not be able to change colours because all of them are blooming blonde. All of them, like nearly all of them anyway. And they look way too similar. I'm very tempted to just have them as the grandma and granddad, you know, because I think they stand out a bit more. I'm angry there's no dark-haired ones here. What's all that about? Oopsie. I was going to replace the grandma with another, so I'm going to have to cross you off there, Zexy, but you can totally vote for the grandma again. Only because I think these emotes will be much better for the grandma and granddad. They've got white hair and they just stand out a little bit more than the yellow only ones, considering there's a lot of blondes here. So there we go. They'll be our new grandma and granddad. I'll label them. Well, I'll start the labelling now, but these aren't the only ones we're going to have. We'll have way more choice than this, but I just want to start doing it so people can actually see who they are. Also, as our playlist finished, it has, so I'm going to put the music back on in the background. Oopsie. Just realised we've got none on. Welcome back, Elite. Hope you're having a good day. We're doing some voting today. We decided on whether we want a lemon. So I know that you like the lemon, Elite, being as it was your idea. So feel free to put in a vote if you'd like. We're also just flashing out Carol the Barrel's companions as well in some polls today, because it's a Carol the Barrel stream. We've got a lot of cool ideas for who these barrels can be, and it's going to be really fun to get these personalities sorted. But I'm really making a lot of effort to do lots of polls lately, just because they're fun. Even though we don't necessarily have to do them, we could just be like, yeah, we're definitely going to have a granddad, we'll have an uncle. I like the idea of seeing which relative does top the poll and who's the most popular. So click is that being in person to vote for Carol's dad. Click do you guys say mum or mum? I always say mum. You know, I'll just change it to mother. And I'll say father. Click. You can start voting now if you want on this poll. It's fine. Even though I haven't finished putting the relatives in. You totally can if you'd like to. I feel like I stopped Zexy from voting, but I'm pretty sure those are the emojis we're going to stick to. Because I'm not sure how many of companions we're going to have. I mean, we might have 4, we might have 6. We might end up having a lot of them. We'll see. We'll see. But the more assets we'd have to do otherwise, and I'm not sure if having like too many, if we have too many characters, they'll become forgettable and it'll make them stand out less if we have too many. So maybe we should put a cap on how many companions there are. This is why it's probably a good idea to have a vote to see who happens to what you guys would prefer to see for relatives. The moustache barrel has to be a villain. Remember yesterday's dream? Oh yeah, but what about you know, you can have a nice moustache. I know there's evil moustaches, but there's also nice friendly moustaches too. We could give the granddad a nice friendly moustache, or the uncle. But if the uncle's the drunk one, he'd get puke in his moustache. That would be pretty. A puke covered moustache for a barrel. Clumsy one dropping there. They're filling everywhere. That's a good idea, Kong. You're full of all these really adorable ideas for these barrels. I like it. So thanks for suggesting these. I do know that although we're probably not going to do the poll for that today. It's really good to have these saved so that it'll be really quick to get the poll put up. When we do it, we won't have to do too much thinking because you guys have already suggested some really cool ones. So now it's click man Whitehead. Grandpa. But we're going to add more. Like, we've only got 6 at the moment, but we could potentially add a friend, a sister, a brother. Who else could there be? So feel free to suggest some relative or any relation for a companion in chat, because there could be some good ones I haven't thought of. I'm just thinking of the obvious ones. You can change skin colour with adding skin tone 2 to the end of the emoji. Oh, really? So there is a way to do it then, I see. If we want to get some different... Well, we could always experiment when we add the next reactions then to see. But does it let us do that with reactions or only in text? No, we'll see. To vote for Carol's grandma. So those are all of them so far, but there's more on the way. I wish there was a way to to make this text stand out more. Let's bold it actually. I'll be really happy when Discord actually add font size. Okay, so those are the relatives we have. I don't know why I've done an uppercase for grandma and grandpa. Those are relatives we've got so far, but I'm interested to know if anybody's got any more ideas, because I'm thinking we could add brother and sister. We could also add friend. Because a companion doesn't have to be a family member, it could just be a friend. And there might be more relations that I feel like I've got them all. I mean, we can have we could really just say have a cousin if we want to get really crazy with it. All I know, Rose Rainbow, is what Google. Oh, you did the Google. That was me thinking you were just some sort of expert fox that knew everything, but it was Google all along. Okay, so let's add some more. And guys, if you're watching this and you want to participate in these votes, then this is, you know, the channel to go to. It's this one, voting only polls. And here it is, the Discord for anyone that hasn't joined yet that wants to be involved in the voting. So I definitely feel like sister and brother should be an option. So I don't know if it lets us add, because it's not going to let us add an extra bit of code at the end of the emoji, is it, when we add it as a reaction? We just have to literally click it, and that's the only choice. Even if he was doing it in message, it looked like that would be the way to make it work. Oh. Oh. Okay. It looks like this is it. I wondered what that was all about. So what's this hand? And there it is. This looks like what changes the colour. So now we can have black haired. We can have a black haired brother and sister then. Oh, brown hair as well. Oh, this is really good. We can make the emojis stand out way more apart from each other now. Yeah, we'll use these ones for the brother and sister then. I know that they're human and they're not actually barrels, but you know, if only we really did have loads of barrel emotes with faces on, that would be a dream come true. So I've got a couple more to add, and I see that we've got a vote already for who are those ones? We got a vote already for Uncle and Grandma, I see. So this is interesting. I want to see who polls the most votes. Because we're going to literally, there'll be a cap. I'll be like, we're only having 4, or we're only having 6, or only 5. We're definitely not going to have as many that are going to be here. So there will be a cap in it. And whoever ends up with the most, whoever the top are the ones we'll go with. So make sure you vote, because you risk your favourite relative type being cut otherwise. So let's add some more. And I put them all in order, so whatever order they appear in here is what the order are here. Well, if the moss is what brings them to life, it can make sense that they refer to each other by family terms. Yeah, like that's another thing to consider as well. Like, what will they call each other? Will they call each other by what they are relative-wise, or will they actually call each other by name? Because although we haven't picked the names for them yet, that's something to consider too. But I could imagine that, say, if we've got Barry the Barrel, who is the uncle, Barry the Barrel, Carol will call him Uncle Barry or something like that. It could also work where they just combine, say, Uncle Barry or something like that. That could work. I think that I've actually got an Uncle Barry myself. That's quite funny. Oh, I never knew that. What was that for either? The more you know. Yeah, like you guys have learned something too now. You just have to click the hand to get the different coloured skin. Okay, so I think friend should be added, because we could just have that general friend that isn't a relative of Carol but just is their friend. So we'll link the good emoji for that. Who looks like they'd be the friend? We could pick a different colour. Oops, that was the wrong reaction. And it's so much better now that you can change the hair and skin colour, because they can They don't all look the same, they're not all yellow. We can actually make them look different, because it could be very confusing to vote on something where all the emojis literally look the same as each other. Oh, why is that one gone above? Oopsie. Gotta keep them in order. Okay, so that's 9. And I'm telling you now, we're not going to have 9. That's too many. The characters would become forgettable if we had that many. I feel like a small group of either 4 or 5 relatives. Because don't forget, we've got Carol's child as well. So that's another one to add to the list. So not including the child, I think 4 would be a good amount. So only half of these will end up as actual characters, so make sure you get the votes in, because otherwise they won't be in it. If there's a particular relative you like. And I myself can't vote because I'm the one who adds the reactions, so I don't mind that though, because I feel like the community should be the ones voting, so it's okay, fine. Neville's got all the emotes. I will be having a BRB very shortly to get myself a snack. I see we got a few more votes in. So at the moment, uncle, grandpa, grandma, brother are winning. Yeah, so only 4. I'm actually going to make a note of this so you all know. I'm going to say the top 4, how do I word this? The top 4 the 4 with the most votes will be who we go for. Choose. Oh my gosh, Lemon. It looks like Lemon might be our winner here. Because if this poll, if it looks like today we're going to end up with the Lemon really kicking everything's ass, I'm going to close that poll today. But this one I'll leave open. It all depends. We might get enough votes in before the end of the stream to finish this poll today. Because I do think this is the last stream of the week, so it kind of makes sense to finalise the results today before we get end. And then on Monday we can we can flesh out these relatives even more. Once we know for sure who we're having, we'll be able to start the assets then as well. And it'll be super cute to see some more barrels in the game. And looking at our Trello, we also have to, well, we know now what's going to happen because if you missed it earlier, Zexian's submission has won. I've now closed the submissions because it had been open for 48 hours and I feel that that's a really good submission. And we'll probably flesh it out a bit more and put some polls up regarding this in certain areas if we need to. That'll be fine. So we kind of know how it's going to go now, but obviously we just need to kind of think of some really cool funny dialogue that they have, a good conversation, and just make it awesome. But that'll all happen when we do the dialogue and cutscene streams, and we'll probably do polls while doing those as well. So that's going to be one task for December. The Other tasks obviously as well. Carol's flashback will probably be a cutscene we'll work on, and this is what this one's all about. So I'll have to add that as well to the Trello. And the other thing is the skills for the Everbloom Forest boss, which is something else that I'm looking forward to doing. So thank you for the votes. Oh, is Grandad winning? Grandad is a popular one then. More polls. I feel like you guys, what do you think about polls? Do you have fun doing them? I feel it's like the polls are like, I really enjoy doing them, and it's a nice, very structured, it's a way of keeping structure. But still being like creative, especially if I allow you guys to suggest things in these polls, and then I like credit you when I put the vote up. That way it's not too, it keeps the flexibility, and it's not too closed off, because I wouldn't want it to be too closed off, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, we need structure, so it's about having the right balance of structure, but being able to still be creative together as a community. So do you think the cutscene will be around Tuesday of next week, or do you think it might take longer to get to it? I guess that's something to decide, because we could either work on skills for the fruits, we could either work on Carol's part of the story with the flashback, or we can work on the cutscene with the fruits when the party come into contact with them. You know, I mean, there's 3 different things we can potentially be working on here, and we could do any of them. I guess we got to think what would be the most sensible to work on first. I feel like getting the mechanics for the battle is a really important thing to get done, even though sequence wise the battle comes last. Like the actual order is Carol's flashback, conversation with the fruits, and the encounter, like all that stuff that you've mentioned in your story will all come first before the battle, and then the battle. But at the same time, it's definitely a cool thing to do this. I think it'll be a good job done to get the mechanics decided, but at the same time, maybe like we need to have that conversation and cutscene done before we do the skills, so we have a bit more idea of these fruit characters and how they work and what their personalities are like, because that might inspire more ideas for the skills if we do the cutscene first. That's the thing. So maybe it will be better to work on the cutscene before the skills. I guess I'm open to suggestions there. And as for the Carols thing, that's like a side thing that can be done while at any time, really. We can work on it alongside the other cutscene, or we can do it first, or we can do it at the end. It doesn't really matter. I guess it depends what people want to do first, really. I'm up for hearing what you guys would like to do. Wolf, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And Screaming, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Oh, True Baldy gifted you a sub as well? Yay. Thank you for saying thank you to True Baldy, everybody, for those of you that were gift subbed. Well, Rose, you can vote, we just can't see your vote. Just add a 1+ to the vote, the ones you would vote for. Would it let me do that though if I was the one that put the reaction there? Because I feel like it would make it disappear and minus it if I clicked on it. Look, yeah, it's made it 1 less. See, the only other option would be for me to make a second account, wouldn't it? That would be what it would be. And I add the reactions on that second account, and then I'm allowed to get a vote in then. So that's potentially something I could do. I'd make a Carol the Barrel, my own non-bot version of Carol the Barrel. So that's an option. Polls are great and a fair way to get people involved. Yeah, it's a way of keeping things interactive and flexible while not causing things to be massively put out of whack in regards to story breaking. Yeah, there's a definite structure there. And I keeps a certain amount of control that way too. Because I'm kind of creating the the options for the poll and what you're going to be voting for, because if somebody suggested something that was way off, they just wouldn't be put on the poll then. So at least I've got that, still got the control, but you guys still are allowed to make suggestions, so in that way it's still flexible. Poor Mug is half invisible. Yeah, new game dev stream to watch. Welcome, Alona Wolf. Welcome. Thank you very much for that follow, by the way. If you want to know more about our project, we do have a command that will tell you a bit more. We've also got a Trello. I'm making sure people know about this. So if you're intrigued to see our to-do schedule, I need to advertise this because a lot of people don't know I've started this yet. I only did it last night. So I'll probably put up a tweet and a Discord news thing, and I'll also add it to the link tree too. So yeah, I love this. This is a super cool site, guys, for organising any schedules. I love the labelling. That's my favourite bit, the coloured labels. One thing I'd love Trello to have though would be stackable grids, because I'd love to potentially like put November or something here, and I would have put some, you know, sometimes that can be handy, but unfortunately they don't have that feature. But yeah, we're doing some votes, everybody. And hi Gretch, how are you doing as well? Hope you're having a good day. We're doing some votes, so if you want to be involved in our votes, because we're going to be doing polls very often from now on. We did them quite a lot anyway, but that we'll be doing them even more often now, because we've made a few changes to how things are going to work with the story decisions. So it's all taking part here. And probably these channels, the main story submissions and community polls, will probably be removed, and we'll just have a generic poll channel, because everything will be done this way in this format from now on. I think it's easier, and if anybody has suggested an idea, I'll just put in brackets who suggested it myself. So we're voting on who Carol's barrel companions could be. If you're new here, you might be wondering who Carol is, but she is a very beloved character in our game, and she's got. We've recently decided that she's going to have a few friends in the story, and we just want to flesh them out a bit. We're going to decide their personality and what they look like and stuff like that. But first of all, we want to know what the relation is to Carol, and the cap is 4. We're only going to have 4 go through. So whoever tops it, whoever gets the most out of these 9, will go through the top 4. So if any type of relative tickles your fancy, make sure to vote for them. It does seem like grandma and brother, but grandma and brother are actually popular. That's surprising actually, because I thought granddad would be the popular one, but it seems like grandma is having some love at the moment. But I like that. I'm excited to see which ones are the most favoured. So I'm going to catch up with chat, because I've been a rambler again as always. I mean, if Grandad is a 8, you could count it as 9 when figuring out who wins. My brain's melted. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that, Sexy. But probably I said something, but I forgot what I said. Sometimes I do that. I've been talking, and then I read chat a bit late, and then I forgot what I was talking about. Monks can turn invisible. He don't mind. He's doing his thing. Yeah. Organising. What is this foreign concept? Unfortunately, something that has to be done when you're making a game, especially a community game. Having a great day. I just voted. Carol the Barrel looks awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you like her, because once we know who her companions are going to be, we'll be able to make some more barrel assets and give them their own unique face and features as well. It's going to be really fun to have more barrels in the game, because Carol the Barrel was a real hit. People liked her instantly, so I think more barrels will be very, very liked. And we do have another poll here above it as well, but this one, it seemed like there's a clear winner here on this poll, not even a question. Everybody wants a lemon added to our little fruit gang here, but I definitely feel like that yellow colour would add a lot to the group. Feels like it's missing that yellow, and it would certainly look like a lemon as well, because lemons are very round and that sort of shape. The drunken uncle could be a cask, not a barrel. Oh yeah, that's another thing as well, Dave, because we are going to be fleshing out, once we know who the relatives are that we're going to go for, we're going to decide exactly visually what they're going to be like, and in terms of personality what they're going to be like too. I'm going to make a note of this as well, because it seemed quite a popular option for the uncle to be the drunk one. Somebody suggested a drunken barrel, and it seemed that uncle, drunk uncle kind of was quite fitting. And we've also had a banker suggested as well. I mean, who knows who that could be? Maybe the dad or a friend, or the granddad, or the brother, who knows. Daryl, Woody, Hank, Meryl, Barclay, Barry, these are all our names so far. A disabled barrel as well, that could be the granddad maybe. I feel that could be good, although granddad doesn't seem to be going through at the moment, so if that's the case, if granddad doesn't get in the top 4, that one won't be happening. And then we've got a clumsy one, which we're open to have where any of the relatives be clumsy, I guess. Hi Chub Cheeks, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Feel free to vote on our polls, Chub, if you'd like. We've got a poll here. So currently the poll is, should we add a 5th member to the fruit gang, which that poll is still going on, but we've recently added a 2nd poll underneath it as well. So I mean, I'm thinking I want to be able to vote on this too, I feel like, because at the moment I'm unable to vote because I was the one that put the reactions down. But I'm very tempted to make a 2nd account called Carol the Barrel, because we'll be retiring our Carol the Barrel bot. Where's our Carol the Barrel bot? Let's find her. She's here somewhere. There she is, Carol the Barrel bot. She's going to go into retirement because we're kind of changing the structure of how we do polls now, and she won't no longer be needed. So I'm probably going to make a new user join the Discord. It'll be me, obviously, that uses it, and I will manually, when we do polls, use her to add the reactions. And that way it will allow me to make a vote on the polls as well, because at the moment I can't, and that's sad, isn't it? I just mean you can vote, you just don't have to react. We don't really need to know who you vote for, so if 8 people react to Grandad, you like Grandad. Oh, you just say count it anyway. I get what you mean. But still, I do take screenshots of the results, and I'll probably make an archive of them all just for evidence. So I think just because I'd like that number to prove, especially if it makes the difference. Say if Grandad is just missing getting through, I want that poll to be able to show that he got through, even though I could easily say I voted and fix the poll to my liking. I'd like it to have the proper results, because I'm a silly fuss pot. But yeah, so I think that because we're going to be losing Carol the Barrel bot anyway, it would be a shame to not have her in the Discord anymore. So I'm kind of tempted to just have that 2nd account to do that, because that feels like it could work. Carol the Barrel bot. Yeah, I don't think I can manually control her though, because she's a bot. She just does things automatically. Unless there is a way to control her, but maybe I've missed something and I haven't realised you can. But as far as I'm aware, I'm not sure you can. But that would be what I'd do. If I could do that, I would just log into the bot and control it and do it that way. I'm not sure. I'll actually Google this and find out. Today's stream is like sped. It's just like gone so fast. I'm just so shocked. Doing these polls, they really make time fly, I have to say. But thank you everybody who's voted. It's definitely still too early to close this poll and finalise a decision. I think I'd like to see some more clear winners first, because at the moment there's quite a few with 2 votes, and that means that 6 of the 9, would get through, but we only need 4. But this poll can definitely be finished after today's stream. But we've still got half an hour left, so we might still get some more votes in, especially if I get to vote. I'm going to just find out if I can log into my bot. Because I can't even remember. It was months ago when I made this bot, you know. So I've forgot if it's possible. There is no way to log in as the bot due to the bot not having the traditional username, password and only a token, apparently. Booby snacks, oh yeah, I had some of those the other day, Kung, actually. I haven't got my snack, I know, I just got well carried away with things. So, I'm probably going to go get it, because I am a hungry one, so I'm going to go on a BRB, everybody. But feel free to chat amongst yourselves and get voting on that poll. So, I'm also going to quickly, before I head off, add this to the poll. So I've updated the question now of the poll. So now it says, who should Carol's barrel companions be? Considering that's the main poll now, the lemon poll is kind of, I feel like we've got enough votes now, and that one's the focus has gone off it. So yes, guys, please vote on that poll if you haven't done it yet. We'll see at the end of the stream what the votes are like. Might keep them open over the weekend during my 3 days off. If we haven't got enough of a clear winner yet. But we'll definitely be introducing a lemon to the gang by the look of it. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes, everybody. hello everyone, I have returned. Hello. So I'm gonna, turns out I did a bit of research and we cannot control a bot. I cannot log into the bot because it uses a token rather than the normal login way. So what I'm going to do is create a new account and a Carol the Barrel, and we'll retire Carol the Barrel, the bot, and use this one instead. And I'll make her react on all our polls, and she can be the one that does all that. And that will allow me to vote then, so I'll be able to get in a vote because we need way more votes on this. But I'm going to leave this one open over my days off, and at the very start of Monday's stream we'll see who gets through. And this poll will be finished, so that one will be gone and we can confirm the lemon joins. And then next week we'll just decide what we're going to work on. I'll probably see what people are most interested in out of working on the battle skills for the fruits, the cutscene for the conversation with the fruits and stuff, or all Carol's part of the story and her companions and the flashbacks. So we'll see what we'll do. We'll leave it open for now. Thank you, Zexy. Thank you for welcome back. And how's it going, Neffel, as well? Look at all these characters here who are with us today. I appreciate you guys hanging out and stopping by the stream on a holiday day, because I didn't know whether, you know, people would be busy today. I mean, it was expected to be, with it being a holiday and stuff. So thank you for at least lurking as well. For those of you that are busy but are still going out your way to lurk, it's much appreciated. Even though you can't hear me say this. They are lovely characters walking around. Yeah, we get over time we're slowly getting more and more, which is lovely. I remember back when I first did this, there was only a couple of us walking across the screen, and we're getting more and more, and we will be getting more because we got some more on the way. I mean, Juicy's character's already been made as a sprite, so that bit's done. It's just his character sheet. But then we'll have these 4 guys joining us, and more and more over the coming weeks, probably. Right, so how long we haven't got longer stream left, but I wanna keep hyping up this poll for sure. So if you're particularly attached to having a drunken uncle or a disabled granddad, or any of these relatives, or then feel free to put in a vote for them. You can vote for as many as you want. And Tail, 69 raindrops. GG, and you got gifted a sub as well, I see, Tail. So, or Fox. I still haven't decided what I like calling you. So you'll get double the raindrops now as well. GG. Okay, so what I want to do is make a new Discord account. I'm just desperate to vote, that's why. I know which ones are my favourites, so I want to vote for them. It'll put them a bit ahead, and it'll make them hopefully in the top 4 then. I don't know how to make a Discord account. Oh, here we go. Sign up now. So you guys will see a Carol the Barrel join in a minute. Oh no, I need to make an email for Carol the Barrel. That's fine. Do that too. And I saw you guys were discussing some ideas, but I'll read them off stream if you'll prefer. And thank you for getting involved and stuff. It's awesome to see. Makes me excited. I'm making an email account for Carol the Barrel. Carol the Barrel at outlook.com. She is famous now. What's Carol's surname? Barrel. Someone has already claimed the email address Carol the Barrel. Can you believe that? It's already been taken. That's crazy. Who'd take Carol the Barrel apart from me? Somebody invented Carol the Barrel before us. I'm in shock. I am absolutely shocked. Carol T Barrel. Oh, that's an option as well. I've literally just done Carol the Barrel with underscores there. But that was a good one too, David. I'd have done that one otherwise. Hope you're having a good Thanksgiving, David, by the way. Has anybody got any plans today? I'm gonna see what Carol's got in her barrel. What? A butt-shaped pillow? No way. Carol, how did you get that? I'm gonna zoom in a bit closer so you can see. Right, so I've got an email for Carol now, so that means I can finally make a Discord account for her. I really want to do it before the end of stream because I want to make votes before we have to go. But I'm keeping this poll open anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Because I'm going to keep it open over the weekend, and then we'll review the poll again first thing on Monday and maybe get some more votes in on Monday. What's Carol the Barrel's username? The bot. Is it literally just Carol? Yeah, Carol Barrel, but with a gap. Carol D. Barrel. She's French now. Plot twist. Like I said, in an hour or so I'm going down to see the puppies, to see how my puppies doing. Those puppies that were posted in the Discord yesterday were like the cutest things in the world. Enjoy that wine, Kung. You're hitting the jackpot. Well, you have that wine all to yourself now. There's some I really want to see that we haven't got yet. So someone got the Moogle plushie, so I'm happy about that one. Hi Mark, welcome to the stream. How you doing? It's good to meet you. Hope you're having a good day. He was weighed today. He's currently 3.5 kilograms. Well, if you do want to put more pics in the Discord of your pupper, you totally can, Fox. We have detected something out of the ordinary going on with Discord. Yeah, I'm naughty. I'm creating a second account. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just verifying the account now. I'm only doing this because we're coming to the end of the stream, so I don't want to get too involved in anything else now. So I'm just promoting this poll. Vote, everybody, vote on our poll. put the poll command in chat again so you can get there faster. And for those that aren't in the Discord yet, we also have another poll above this, but I'm pretty sure, you know, that we've already, we don't need more votes on that one now. It's pretty obvious who's won. The lemon is very popular, and I'm glad to see. It's in my junk email. Pulls a giant hamster out of Carol the Barrel. It might be a bit late for me to suggest this, but could you have used the submission channel to make Carol create a vote? I think she only does automated reactions, the bot Carol, if like it's done the way it was before, like, you know, with the exclamation mark business. Let's have a look how that looks again. Yeah, if you do it that way, but I'm kind of reluctant to tidy up because this was all in 2 separate channels anyway, and it was, I'm not sure it worked, but it could have been tidier. And yeah, you have to do the actual command, and then, I mean, I don't know, maybe you're right, because I'm thinking about it now and I'm wondering, but I'll admit it, I'm kind of not a fan of the bot just because she has to always be open and online. Like at the moment she's offline because I don't have the bot open. And it's a kind of a pain in the butt to always open the bot, so I don't mind just doing it at being logged in on another account, doing it manually on this. It's really, the only hard bit is making the account really, which is what I've done now, and once it's done, it's done. The bot was nice, but you know, bit of a hassle sometimes. Hi Cheese, oh my goodness, it's good to see you again, Cheese. Are you having a good day? Hope you're doing well. So I believe that Carol the Barrel is I've made her account now, but I've got to just make her join my Discord. So I can do this on here, I think. Right, give me a sec, because I'm going to have to get up another browser or window or something. So Carol the Barrel. Outlook.com, and if you just popped in stream, anybody, we've still got a bit of time left before we finish for the day, and as you can see, there's a poll happening behind me. So if you'd like to vote on who Carol's Barrel companions could be, then pick your favourite relative to her, because only the top 4 will be in the story. We can't have too many companions because there'll be just way too many characters for them to be memorable, so we're limiting it to about 4 because we've already got the child, so that'll make it 5 altogether. The child's already automatically through because they're a confirmed character. Hey, yeah, going good, been super busy with work the last 2 weeks, and when I finish the stream is over most. How you doing? Oh, well, I hope it's been a good busy with work, Cheese, and I hope it's been fun. But it's super good to see you, and we're doing good, aren't we, chat? We've been having a fun creative stream today, and we've also, this wasn't the only poll, we also had this poll too. I don't know if you was here when we decided who our first boss of the Everbloom Forest was going to be, but these were the guys that are the boss, a gang of fruits. Mr. Apple, Blueberry, Plum and Tomato, and it was kind of like discussed that we should add a lemon as the 5th member of the gang, and it seems like that was a very popular choice. People want a lemon in the gang. So that poll is kind of, we know the results for that one now, but this one we're probably going to keep open until the next stream and over the weekend and next stream on Monday, because we're going to need a clear 4 winners really before we close that poll, and I want to vote myself. That is why I've made a Carol the Barrel account, and she can be the one that does all the reactions, so that because then I'll get to vote. So I need my Discord link. So what I'm going to do, poll, there we go. So there we go. I'm going to join the Discord. I'm going to copy that link and I'm going to join on Carol the Barrel. And then we'll get my vote in. Hooray. And what was the poll for? Everything that's on this current Discord page behind me. And if you click that link that on the bot, it should automatically take there if you are already in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, then it will force you to join probably. Continue to Discord. Here we go. I think Carol the Barrel is now in the Discord. She is. Carol the Barrel's in the Discord, and that is me, everybody. And I am going to give her an avatar and stuff because we're retiring the bot now and we're going to use this one instead. But I'll do that all later off stream. The main thing is that what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to make Carol vote on everything. And then I'm going to remove my reactions that I did. So here we are. And that way I have the freedom to vote for which ones I want then. And I'm not like, you know, I get to have my say, which is nice because I want to vote. So I'm going to vote for lemon because I want a lemon. Sometimes I try not to vote on stream because I don't want to be biased or anything. So I actually might wait now until we go off before I vote because I might influence you all. So guys, I'm gonna drop us off at somebody's stream. I'm not sure, a lot of people might not be on today because it's Thanksgiving. I'm gonna check anyway to see. It's a holiday day and I'm just surprised and really, really grateful that some of you have decided to hang out with me today on this day, on this holiday day. Okay, so I'm going to drop us off at Milky Cold stream. He's playing a game called Celeste, which I think it was pretty popular platform game, right? People like that game. I never played it because I'm terrible at platform games. But he loves Final Fantasy. He loves Dark Souls, and he's super nice guy. He's raided me a few times, so I'm gonna send the love back to him. So raid command is here, Rose Redblood. Even if you can't hang out and you're busy, which is to be expected today, do the Rose Redblood with an email of choice if you would like to join in on the raid, and I will see you all again on Monday, and we will continue our poll. Let's get it up so you can all see in our Discord. It's not your last chance to vote on this one because we're going to keep it open until Monday. But this one will be getting screenshotted and will deleted. So that one will be gone soon. So thank you all for hanging out. Yeah, you all have a lovely weekend too, everyone. And thanks for all your creative ideas. I've made a note of them in Notepad. All the cool name suggestions that were given today in chat and all the personality types and that, so it'll be really cool when we know who we've got, who what personality we'll give them and stuff. And I'm really excited to do their avatars, their barrel assets. That will be loads of fun. So yeah, take care everybody. Here we go with the race. I will see you all on Monday. Have an awesome weekend everybody, and enjoy the holiday, those of you that are celebrating. I appreciate you all.